Hello good people, it's me Kumetila Kwasitile, your money manager. In today's video, I want to take you through a detailed step-by-step guide of how to get out of debt. I know I have shared my debt repayment journey, but I didn't go into the specifics of how I did it step by step, and that is what I am sharing in today's video. So let's go through the steps that you have to take for you to get out of debt. The most important thing before you can get into the steps is deciding that you want to get out of debt and committing to that decision. Once you've done that, that's when you're ready to go into the steps that I'm sharing with you today. The first step is getting organized. Getting organized, you need to collect all the data, information about your debts. Call your creditors, everybody that you owe. Collect the balances. You need to know what your balances are. You need to know the due dates on your debts. You need to know the monthly installment on your loans. You need to know the remaining term on your loans. This is going to enable you to face your debts head on. You have to come to a place where you are ready to sit down and confront this mountain of your debts, face them head on, and then you are ready to the next step. The second step is place your debts in order. How you place your debts in order is going to depend on the debt repayment strategy that you have chosen. There are two main strategies that we have to be aware of. The first strategy is what we call the debt snowball strategy. With the debt snowball strategy, you are going to place your debts in order of size, starting with the debt with the smallest balance to the debt with the largest balance. This is the debt snowball. The second strategy is the debt avalanche. With debt avalanche, you are going to place your debts in order of the most expensive debt. You are going to start with the most expensive debt to the least expensive debt. So these are the two strategies that are going to determine how you place your debts in order. In my case, I decided on the debt snowball strategy. That's what I use, and let me just show you how my debts appeared when I started my journey in 2019. So here you are looking at my debts in 2019 when I started my debt repayment journey. So you see there I've listed all my creditors: my mom credit card, my Chonisa personal loan 1, personal loan 2, and then there is the balances. You can see the balances, they totaled to 340, and there you see the rates. I also had to put the rates there, and where it's written the payment, that is the minimum payment that was required towards each debt. So you can see there my debts were taking a total of 12,615 pula 50 from my salary. So this is how my debts appeared when I started my journey. So you can see I was able to really see the extent of my debt, and that is what is very important for you to appreciate the extent of your debt. The third step is tackle your debts. Now that you are organized, you know your debts, you've placed your debts in order of size, you need to start tackling your debts. And tackling your debts is going to require you to do one thing: budgeting. Once you decided to take on this journey, budgeting is a non-negotiable. You're going to have to sit down and interrogate your budgeting. Two things that you're going to look at. You're going to look at your income, and you have to ask yourself this question: what can I do to increase my income? Is there potential for me to increase my income? This one, it forces you to expand your mind, to start thinking about creating side hustles, because you're gonna have to find money somewhere. Once you've looked at your income, you look at your expenses, you have to ask yourself, what can I cut? Which expenses can I reduce? You are doing these things because the secret to paying off your debt is paying extra, and you're gonna have to find that extra money, and you're going to find that extra money in your budget. Either you increase your income or you cut your expenses. I want you to revisit my debt repayment journey video. You will see all the drastic measures that I had to put in place for me to find that extra money. You have to find that extra money, and in my case, I found the extra money. I was able to find 5,000 that I had to commit towards my debt repayment journey as an extra payment that I was paying towards my debt. Now that you have found the money, we move to the fourth step. The fourth step is you are going to attack the smallest debt or the most expensive debt depending on the strategy that you have chosen. This is what you are going to do. On all your debts, you are going to pay the minimum that is required on a monthly basis, but the smallest debt. The smallest debt, you are going to pay the monthly minimum installment plus the extra money that you found. This is you attacking your debt. Let me take you through how I applied my extra money towards my debt. Remember, my total monthly repayment was 12,615 plus 50, and I was paying 17,680. So the balance there was the extra payment that I was making, which is around 5,000. This is what happened in the first month. My mom's balance was 1.5. Credit card, I paid it off, and then credit card, I was supposed to pay a minimum of 115, but I paid the entire balance, 2.2. I closed it off. And then still in the same month, for my machonisa, I was supposed to pay 5,000, but I had extra money, therefore I paid 7,890. You can see that in the first month, I was able to pay off mom, I was able to pay off the credit card, and I paid extra towards my machonisa. Yeah. Step number 5 is to build the snowball or the avalanche, depending on the strategy that you have chosen. How are you going to build the snowball? This is how I did it. Once the smallest debt has been paid off, this is what you are going to do. You're going to take the money that you were paying on the smallest debt, being the minimum installment, plus the extra money that you found, you apply it on the next debt. Once the second debt is paid off, you are going to take the money on debt number 2, on debt number 1, which is paid off, plus the extra money that you found, you pay it on debt number 3. You continue in this manner until all the debts are paid off. I'm happy. Let me just show you practically how I did mine. Let's go through the numbers. Let's go through my journey. So in the second month, which is October, I had that extra 5,000 still. So I paid off my chonisa. I paid a total of 10,252.85. So second month, my chonisa was gone. So it means that from the third month, I only had 2 debts to deal with. And remember, I had 17,000 now to apply towards this debt. So what happened from the third month is that the loan, personal loan number 1, I carried on paying the minimum, which was 4.5. So the rest of the money, which is the money that I was paying for mom, credit card, and machonisa, I applied all the money on the personal loan number 1. You can see there from month 3, I was paying 13,180. I carried on until that debt was paid off, while on the same time I was just maintaining paying the minimum on personal loan number 2. So you can see from month 6, the personal loan number 1 was totally paid off. When the personal loan number 1 was paid off, this is now snowball getting bigger and bigger. Like we said, the snowball is getting bigger and bigger. So the entire 17,680, I had it now, and I paid it towards the remaining debt, which is my personal loan number 1. You can see here on the table here, it shows that I took like 23 months to pay off the last personal loan. That I actually took 17 months, because what happened is I paid off my debt on the 30th of December 2020, not July 2021. That is when I made the last installment. So every little money that I received, every windfall of money that I received, I paid it as extra. I had like bonus from work, I paid it as extra. I had like leave days, I had to sell my leave days at work. I took the money, I paid as extra towards this loan. So you can see how focused and how intense this journey was, because had I continued just paying the extra 5,000 that I found, then I could have taken like 23 months to pay off the debts, but I took a total of 17 months months to pay off the debt. That shows the intensity, and that shows you how much I really wanted to kill off this debt. Now you have seen my journey. You have seen that this is something practical. This is something that you can do. I'm showing you one by one how I did it from month 1 to the last month. So you can follow suit, you can do the same thing, and you can get out of debt as long as you are committed to getting out of debt. I was able to pay off my debts in 17 months. You are also able to pay off your debts, maybe in a shorter time frame or maybe in a longer time frame. It will depend on how committed you are. You've seen my journey, you've seen how I've done it. I hope this has inspired you enough. The big question that I want to ask you is, are you interested or committed to paying off your debts? Because if you are interested, you are just like anybody else who would be interested in doing anything and they're not going to do it. But if you are committed, then you are more likely to take action. Your debt repayment journey is a journey that requires total commitment. It requires total focus, intense focus. How do you feel about your debts right now? Do you feel like your debts are a financial burden, or do you feel like your debts are empowering you? If you feel like your debts are a financial burden, that is when you are likely to decide to eliminate your debts because you are uncomfortable with your level of debt. That's all that I wanted to share with you today. Please don't forget to leave a comment and a like for me, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you in another video.